Hey everybody, it's Edmond Vanderbilt with another episode of Once Around the Block. I'm here with the one, the only...
Samir Moussa.
Samir Moussa, what's going on?
How are you, Eddie?
I'm fantastic.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Samir got me this awesome book on symbols that we just dropped off in the car so I wouldn't have to walk around the block with it. But I really appreciate that. It was yesterday.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Where are we, bud?
We are in Bethesda, Maryland. Nice little walk around the block location. I really like this place. This is like a pedestrian walk. There's like no cars. Nice little shops, nice restaurants.
I'm gonna do a little pan.
A little pan. Oh, it's good. Nice. Get some gelato.
A little gelato. Oh, that's funny. That was on my last, or one of my last Once Around the Blocks.
Was that right?
Little Jets.
Little theme going on?
Yeah, we got apparently.
Excellent.
Apparently.
That sounds good. Yeah, excellent.
What you been working on, bud?
What about? Man, it's been a busy time in life right now. We've got a couple things going on. First and foremost, always the passion project I'll put forward. Music, great. Just finished a new album. Really excited just because I thought I was kind of done, so it's kind of a Phoenix situation. My life brought me back into music, and so that feels really nice.
Why did you think you were kind of done?
Well, just because I was on a label when the economy crashed in 2008. It took the label out with it, and I was like at that point where it's time to have family, and I was like, okay, so it's not happening for me in this lifetime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like when I had the family and all that, but then relations just kept on going. People introduced me. People opened up opportunities for me. Really, it's like doors open.
Right.
And so things flourished. And
wow.
I'm back in it, and I feel really.
Because one of the things I think about when I think about Samir is like, holy crap, that's one dude who stuck with it. You know what I mean? So
it wasn't easy, man.
That's funny to hear
God.
you say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super. Like the life of the artist, is it's a tough one, but.
And we're told as much as we grow up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had no idea what that meant.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't either, but they knew it was going to be.
So the symbolism book for Eddie is because he's an artist too, obviously.
Right.
We all know that.
Right.
So anyway, action, other tools to express yourself with.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, it was a tough walk on that one, and and so while things the wind kind of chilled out on my creativity, I started to pick up with this other company, which is the other thing that I'm doing. I opened up a music school. Now I'm associated with like two franchises of a music school. Opened one up a year and a half ago in Virginia. We signed the agreements and we found the spot to open up the second school in Ellicott City in Maryland. So running those operations are kind of actually surprisingly very fulfilling because I've been working in education and music forever, and this is a perfect meld of all of that. So I'm like working with education, kids, families, but then I'm also getting to bring in all of these artists that are in my sphere to do workshops, to teach, to open up a different type of program.
Right.
So I'm very busy on all of that as well.
That's cool. So you're able to bring in. What's it called?
The school is called Bach to Rock.
Bach to Rock.
Yeah.
So it's like back to rock, except it's Bach.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. It's good.
So, I mean, I'm an artist, etc. I do a lot of different things. For me, like a single musical note can have more impact or influence my emotions more than any other medium I've ever found.
Isn't it incredible?
So I feel like, yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
You're like deep in that.
Deep in that. And the best part is when you see the students discover that.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, is that like, we're living in an era where the arts are maybe not prioritized.
Right.
And how important music programs are for kids.
Yeah. And adults. Everyone. Yeah, absolutely. The adults are almost like the ones who absolutely appreciate it more than kids, because kids are just learning. Everything in life is like a wonder, and they're just constantly absorbing. Although, you do have those moments where they get it, or you get the teenager who's kind of like starting a little bit later in life and getting it and like lighting up.
Yeah.
It's almost like the older they get, the more reflection they have on really what it is and how it makes them feel. And it's exhilaration, and that's why we choose the life that we have.
Right.
Which is full of riddles and, challenges, because music is just awesome. And so it's great to be able to cultivate that into truly a society. Programs for early childhood, and we have DJ programs, we have recording arts, we have recording studios, like every flavor, Bach to Rock, is found and cultivated. It's fun. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your last album, you did a Kickstarter.
We did a Kickstarter.
You did a successful Kickstarter.
We did a successful Kickstarter.
Which is a huge achievement.
Oh my gosh, it was.
Can you tell what is a Kickstarter real brief, and then what your experience was?
Well, Kickstarter is like a social funding. It seems to be like a phenomenal occurrence now, like these days, where our artists used to be so at the beck and call of like the big guys who made all the decision. Somehow we got to a critical mass now where there are these mechanisms that enable artists to seek funding from their friends. This social crowdfunding, social funding I think it's called. So Kickstarter enabled us to like make a couple of videos to like put out to the world and say, hey, this is what we're trying to do. Do you want to support us? And so that's what
And
we did.
it's really hard. I mean, it makes you make a really good video. It's not an easy thing to just throw up there, hey, I have an idea.
Yeah, no.
So that's why I'm just so impressed with it, because it's really hard to execute a successful one.
Right,
But
right.
that's how you launched your last album, or that's how you were able to make your last album.
Well, that was how we were able to tie it all together. I think, you know, I gotta say, a big part of what enabled me to make my last album was Nico Lager, the producer, opening his studio and his life to me, because
Okay.
he like invited me in to like work on it gratis, you know, like he was in to see it because he believed in me as a songwriter.
So
But
that
then it came
sorry
to
to
the
interrupt.
end.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we just needed to like produce it. Then we were done. We needed
Right.
to like, and we had like, you know, at that point it had mounted to like a pretty massive project that neither of us knew. Like again, I thought I was out. When I met him, I just wanted to do 2 songs,
Right.
and just so I could go to my grave with 2 songs, you
Oh,
know.
man,
and
that's
turned
so
into
intense.
Yeah, it was a super fun, like natural vibe, you know. We just had fun, you know.
That's what's funny. 2 things that you said there strike me. The first is collaboration, where it's like, you know, you met somebody else, or there was there was another person involved that
Yeah.
kind of opened up another door, and together you made something bigger.
That is the
Yeah.
story here, man. And
Yeah.
then those 2 doors, like those 2 people, it became 3, became 4, and that's how the Kickstarter happened.
Right.
So like then the Kickstarter, I ended up getting an intern for me over the summer because of my music director position at Bach to Rock before the franchise. So one of the parents said, hey, my daughter's in this really kind of great music program. She needs to do an internship. Can she intern with you?
Right.
I said, great. But then I told her, hey, I'm also doing this recording project in the studio.
Right.
So she kind of tackled on both, and then she brought in a crew to help us make the videos. We delegated the Kickstarter campaign to her.
Wow.
She's a younger generation. She knew
Right,
exactly
right.
what was up.
She
how to
knows
do it.
what's hip.
Yeah. So again, one unfolded the other, and we're still unfolding.
Yeah.
Here.
It's kind of like how life works, right? Sometimes I just feel like it's always been there and it's obvious, but I'm kind of discovering that a little bit more.
And kind of time tells something.
Yeah.
gotta work.
I think, you know, as an artist, it can be such an insular experience to sort of, you're always in your own head, you know, and as reticent as I was to like open up and bring in other people, I just feel like that's what's kind of opening up the possibilities
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
We're coming up on a magical instrument that you showed me earlier.
Yes. This is my favorite chime I think I have encountered ever. You ready for this? Are you ready?
Wow. We just had a little, what was that, a pause? A moment?
A moment.
A moment.
One of those moments. Have you seen the movie Waking Life?
Yes. Is that the cartoon one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a great thing about that moment.
Okay. I got a double.
And then they kind of like stop. They had that moment, and then they drift into like cloud particles. It's really cool.
So I don't want to drift into a cloud particle though.
No,
I just
no,
want to
no.
have the mini moment.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back. All right. What about, what would you say to like a young kid who's got the creative vibe in them, finding it hard to sort of figure out how to make a life out of it?
Oh man. More logs in the fire, greater chance for success.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice and solid.
There you go.
That's something for you guys to think about.
Think about
something
that.
to chew on.
Yeah, think about that. Yeah. You know, it's and learn how to play chess while you're
Oh
young.
my God, that's another thing that's been coming up, man.
Yeah. Is
Learning
that
to
right?
play chess is like, it just develops your mind in certain ways that I think just develop you to let you think in larger, more open ways.
Yeah.
I've heard that on the entrepreneurial side a lot on these podcasts that I listen to.
Yeah.
Chess.
The chess, yeah.
So you play a
absolutely.
lot of chess?
No, but I kind of understood the game and see how it applies to things that I've done. Like, you know, the fact that I was able to do this school, you know, and end up being asked to be a partner in the franchise is because of all of the work I did behind the scenes on the educational side, right? I was always doing music, but I was like, I can't just do that. That's just not, you know, it's too risky.
Right.
So I always kind of worked in school systems since our day back
Right.
in, high school even I started. So So, you know, and all trying to develop a kind of another option for me. And then what was so great about this opportunity with Bach to Rock is that it was a coming of both worlds.
Right.
I was like, oh shoot, for 20 years I've been doing both of these things.
Right.
And so I was
Bring it
able
together.
to, you know, and then like succeed with it.
Samir, we've
Yes.
come to the end of the block, or the once around the block.
Nice.
Do you have any last
Pleasure.
words or anything you want to say?
May peace prevail.
Sounds
We
fantastic.
are one. Say no to racism.
Cool. Say bye to the camera. Thanks for coming out, buddy. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.